A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Get over it, Scott. Happy Monday, everybody. I am Mackenzie Edie. That is Scott, Unleaded 88, Siepker, and producing our show, as always, is Cade. Happy
Cade
St.
Murphy.
Patrick's Day, Murphy.
Can we?
Yeah,
let's
where'd it
get
go?
a fit check. Cade Murphy. Let's see. What does he look like? Oh, he looks like a bum about to start a tire fire. This is great. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
You're not wearing any green. You're not wearing any green.
Yeah,
You're lucky
Scott.
I'm in Chicago.
Well, I'm German, so
what does that have to do with?
I don't celebrate St. Patty's Day around here. You know what to be saying.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the
afternoon.
Well, it's afternoon
to
now. Yeah, I should be telling you. Wait,
Happy
you
Monday,
just gonna
happy-
laugh if I do that the whole time?
I think that you should do it the whole time. I think it's what the listeners are.
But I
here
don't think
for.
they'd like that very much. I'll be telling you that right now. But I'd like to be having me a Guinness. It'd be
I
very
was just
nice.
Gonna ask if you jumped into the Irish whiskey.
No, I have not yet. Did have a Guinness at the Circa Sports Iowa event at Wellman's in West Glen.
Did you
Kate
guys
and
have
I
fun?
were there. I did. I don't get out very much these days. Kind of busy, and it turns out that you can do everything from your house in 2025. So while I feel like I'm everywhere, I'm just pretty much around my house. So it was nice to get out. Here's Cade looking good.
Looking great.
Looking fancy. Eric Herman was on our great visual artist. Yes, there's Eric. We love Eric.
Did
Eric's
is
the
that
best.
new facial hair or what's going on? I
Yes.
don't remember Eric with the facial hair. Okay, I
Eric
like it.
Eric can pull off many different looks. He's a tall man.
Yeah.
And
Good.
great hair, unlike
Excellent
me.
hair.
But Cade is a San Antonio Spurs fan. It turns out I learned when he was sick, they sent you a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so I don't have like a favorite team per se, but yeah, when I was in the hospital for 2 months, the San Antonio Spurs sent me this big care package.
Oh my gosh.
Full of a bunch of T-shirts, autographs, pencils, and a signed Doug McDermott jersey. So that was pretty sweet. So I have that in my apartment. But I will never cheer against the Spurs after that. How could I? So
How could you?
yeah.
But they were great. There was a really good turnout there. Circus Sports had some cool merch there. Obviously there was the classic Big 12 matchup between Houston and Arizona that we all
Classic.
remember from our childhood. But it was really fun to see all the different folks that had turned out, and thanks to Circus Sports.
Yeah,
Iowa.
it was a lot of fun. That was my first time at Wellman's, and super cool place. I will definitely be going there on my own personal time at some point. It was a lot of fun. Kenzo, you missed out. Wish you were there.
Yeah, I had a bit of FOMO, but I hate to brag. I was celebrating with a bunch of 6 and 7-year-olds for my son's seventh birthday party.
He's
So
seven.
he's
Seven
seven
now. How does that?
He's
Okay,
7.
so I've never grown a baby inside of me before. So
Yeah.
please enlighten me. Okay, you carried this kid for 9 months, then you birthed him,
Uh-huh.
and 7 years later, does it go like that?
Yeah, it actually does. And I hate that because I hate everyone saying it goes so fast, and then it actually does go fast. And you're like, yeah, everybody's right about that. But it does go so fast. I mean, he's 7 years old. He's extremely tall. He looks exactly like his dad. He's losing teeth. He has a tooth right now that is it's just hanging by a thread. So, I mean, he's just
Pull
doing
that
all
out.
I've tried. It's dangerous to go try to pull a kid's tooth, because they have other teeth that they could.
Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, I would just take the pain. It was like the first time I ever explored pain in that way. Like, how far along the threshold can I actually make it happen? And my eyes would water, and I would just be in such pain. But deep down, I felt like I deserved it. It's probably my Catholic upbringing.
Yeah.
Because I'm to blame for Jesus having been crucified. But it was. But then I just rip them out.
God,
So-
I don't think it ever hurt. I don't remember it being painful to lose teeth. But I
Well,
asked
would
Hayes, I was
pull
like,
him
does
a
it
little
hurt?
early.
Oh,
Oh yeah, what does he do?
Scott,
So
that's
what is he
sick.
doing with these teeth? Is he playing with them?
No, I told him you gotta give it a wiggle like every once in a while. And so on Friday or Thursday, he's like, I wiggled at every recess, Mom. I'm like, cool. That's great. Thank you for the update.
Aw.
I know.
So, but really, how does it feel to like? Does the pain of the birth go away after 7 years, or do you still? Oh, you had a C-section.
I did. Yeah. I took the easy way out, as they say.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
That's right.
Uh,
Well,
oh no, the evidence is still very much there. And, when I'm rich and famous, we'll just get some plastic surgery to get all that taken care of. Yeah. It'll
well,
be fine.
happy birthday.
Thank you. I
to
will share
Hayes.
that with him. I will share that with him. Yeah, I did feel left out though this weekend. And those pictures were so good. I saw that you cropped out the photo of you with your hand in your pocket because it's your theory that what?
Yeah, you should not, in a photo, you should not put your hands in your pocket because it makes it look like you're trying to hide something. So the way you want to do it, this is from the red carpet, instead of, excuse me for a minute, instead
It's a
of
great shot.
this,
Okay. Yeah.
instead of that, you go
Oh.
thumb out
Is that your thumb
or
in your
thumb
pocket? Or
in,
you
and then you
just
have your
happy to
hands
see
out,
me?
and then it it just shows I'm not hiding anything.
Got it.
Is a bad look. Now, Chris Williams, he took a page out of the fashion of Cade Murphy and decided to wear a fluorescent yellow stocking cap.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
was,
what he was doing there.
I
that was
don't.
ugly. He must have been covering up his.
Even
his bad
Cade
hair
is
day.
like, "What are you doing, Williams?"
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing either. No.
He's got the
should've-
Carhartt on though. He knows a thing or two. But yeah, he
Yeah.
did look like a construction worker a little bit with that hat for a second, but it was just nice to see him. It was nice for him to make
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He looked a little bit like a gas station attendant who got fired but just didn't want to leave the job.
That's what I want in a founder of a company, That's what I'm looking for.
And I do have to give a shout out to him and everybody during Friday, the instant Iowa everywhere reaction kind of pod that they pulled together. That was so
For Fran
impressive.
McCaffrey,
For
McCaffrey
yes,
got
I'm
fired.
sorry. Yes.
And
yes.
you guys all jumped on. That was really cool.
That was really cool.
I felt so bad, Kenzo, because
Well, no, Cade, trust
No,
me.
no. 1 second. 1 second. So Chris Hassel sent a text to the group chat asking if, because Fran had just gotten fired, so we were getting this like emergency episode ready to go. And Chris Hassel sent a text into the group chat saying, "Kenzo, can you join?" And I did a ha reaction to that text because I thought he was kidding.
Well, so
Like,
did I, obviously.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, I'll hop on because I'm an expert. And then he said something else. And I'm like, I'm at a park with my kids right now. So I'm just going to ignore that. And then he said it again. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I guess. But anyway, I jumped on for 2 minutes. And
Mackenzie, you're a valuable
Yes, you
viewpoint on Iowa
Uh-huh.
everywhere.
Yeah,
You
Cade-
absolutely are. I
Cade
just
giving the haha. I was like,
it was after you responded with like, you're kind of sarcastic, like, "Oh yeah, I'll be there. Like I know a thing or two about Hawkeye
Oh.
basketball."
gosh.
Sure enough, I got done with my meeting at my full-time job, and I'd get on, and I see Kenzo just rocking the Iowa t-shirt, just ready to go. So you did a
Yeah,
great
that-
job. I just didn't. I thought he was kidding, and I'm glad he wasn't. I thought you did great, but I owe you an
yeah.
apology.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I was laughing and I was crying. And then, I don't know Chris well enough to know if he's joking. So I'm firing off text
Yeah.
to Matt and I'm like, is he serious? And he's like, yeah, he's serious. I'm like, okay. So I go and got that dusty shirt out of my closet. But, oh, that was funny. But yeah,
No.
very impressive. And it was cool to see the entire
Yeah,
team come
and
together.
then if you're looking for something later in the week to listen to, go back and listen to Friday's Instant Iowa. It was
Oh man,
it was good. Even a lot of Cyclone fans listening too, and that's what's so cool about Iowa Everywhere is, if the content is interesting, no matter who you root for, you're gonna enjoy listening to it. So shout out to Hassel and Downs for pulling together that Instant Iowa for everybody who jumped on with them.
and it's just cool, man. This is like new media, man. Like we're able to go live and talk about things as soon as they happen. Which is something that all of these really well-known sports personalities weren't really allowed to do or able to do back when they were on radio. So this is such a it's just so awesome to kind of see this grow and see it become something that's kind of never been done before, and it's in the state of Iowa at the very least, and it's just really cool to be a part of it. So I'm done patting myself and everyone on my team on the back, but it's just awesome.
We'll
man.
take the pats.
That's right. We'll take the pats. Oh yeah. So really quick, we've got a beaver problem.
You have a beaver problem?
Huge beaver problem over here.
What's
And-
wrong with the beavers?
They're just doing their job too well. And we have this creek near our house, and they're just creating some damn problems. Just beavers out here being beavers. Check out this tree. Look at this tree. So in this timber below our house, the beavers have been busy little beavers. I finally get it. I get why people say you're just busy as a beaver. They're just out there all night damming up this creek and just being a nuisance. So I just wanted to give you guys a little preview
Of all the critters you got
our
going on around
damn
down
beaver
there,
problem. Yeah.
you got some beaver problems. So are you guys trying to not have the creek get dammed up?
Yeah.
Are you fighting the beavers during the day?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have waged war with the beavers. The beavers go all night and we go all day, just trying to remove the damage that they have done. So yeah, Jeff was
So
out there yesterday.
what's the process here? Are you going to trap the beaver?
I'm against trapping beaver. I think free the beaver. I think the
Okay.
beaver should live life freely. But I think
What are you going to
really
do though? You're just going to keep going. I mean, are you going to wait till all the trees are gone? What are you going to do? You got to do something about this beaver.
What can you do with a beaver that just wants to live its life?
Sometimes, Mackenzie, when you're talking about beaver, I'm not quite sure we're talking about the same thing.
We're talking about the same beaver. The beavers, they are out there gnawing on those trees all night. Gnawing on those logs.
Do you need to put some like oil or Iowa corn ethanol all over those trees just to make sure they
Yeah.
don't gnaw on them?
I need to do some more holistic or natural remedies to see if we can some anti-beaver spray or something out there and spray up the trees. But I don't know. So far, it's like 5 against 1. Everyone wants to trap the beavers, but I'm just like free the beaver. So I don't know. I'll probably get outvoted.
You're free the beaver?
I'm free the beaver. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like a good t-shirt.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Before we hop into top topics, there is a, what do you call it, contest going on, right? Because
A competition
competition. that's
or a
what I'm trying-
contest? Either one
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, because comedian Brett Kreischer is bringing his Permission to Party tour to Wells Fargo Arena.
Bert Kreischer.
Do you guys know? Didn't I
I
say
wasn't
that?
going to correct her.
I said
Kate.
Bert.
I was just going to let it go.
I said
You
Bert
said
Kreischer.
Brett.
I think
Oh, I
you,
meant
I think
Bert.
you said Brett Kreischer.
No, I didn't. Well, okay, maybe I did. I'm not going to fight with you guys about it. I probably did. Anyway, he's so funny. I love him.
He is
So
funny.
even
I'm
though I don't
sorry,
know
I feel
his-
like a jerk now.
Yeah, you should. Get out of here. I'm just kidding. Come back. He always has the shirt off. And I
Yep.
kind of like
Yeah.
that. He would probably agree, like free the beaver, don't you think? Because he's
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
yeah, 'cause he had the Two Bears podcast with
With Tom
what's his
Segura.
face? I'll mess
Yeah.
up his name too. But yeah, he's
Tim.
coming to Wells Fargo Arena in December. And you guys have a chance to win a pair of tickets. All you have to do is post a picture and show us how you party. I
Where
don't
do you post the picture at?
You post that on Twitter, X,
On Twitter
or
or
Facebook.
X.
Yeah.
They don't have to be shirtless photos, just to be clear. We are not making that a requirement.
Scott would welcome it.
I mean, it depends on who is taking the shirt off. I have to be honest. I'm not a free the chest, equal opportunity person. That's,
You're
I
not.
think you got to know who you are before you let the old.
I think if Brett Kreischer can do it, I think if Bert Kreischer can do it, anyone should be able to do it because it's not nice to look at,
For the
So you-
record, I like Brett Kreischer more. I think that's a better name. I just want
Sounds
to.
like-
I just want to say.
It'll be a little harder for him to sell tickets, but so you just put a photo of you on Twitter of you partying, and
Or
you
Facebook.
tag Iowa Everywhere,
Yep.
and then you're entered to win.
Yeah, one winner will receive 4 tickets and a $100 gift card to a local restaurant to enjoy before
Okay.
the show. That's a great deal.
I look forward to
It's a
going
really
through
good deal.
those photos.
He's a hot name in the comedy scene. So that's a pretty good deal if you ask.
I think so too. I think so too. So yeah, let's head on right on to into the top topics. Scott, do you say St. Patrick's Day or St. Patty's Day?
Brought to
I
you by
interchange
Kabuski
them.
Brothers.
Oh yes, the Kabursky brothers. Oh, I can't
It
wait for the
is-
Kabursky brothers to get out here.
Well, yeah, it's another 70-degree day. We're through winter and it is time to focus on our lawns. We need to keep them or get them green and full of life. Ours is patchy. It needs some help. So yeah, have them come out there and fertilize that lawn.
They're
do a
coming
little
out to
weed
mine.
prevention. They are.
Yeah, I just don't. I might have to talk to them about some sod. I got a big area where dog wrestling happened, and there's no grass left, and that's not great. So I'm going to talk to the Kabursky brothers, see what maybe options I'm looking at here.
Well, if you also want to get the Kabursky brothers out to your house, visit kaburskybrothers.com and get more information. And you can find out how to get signed up for their lawn fertilization program or call.
I'm signed up.
You are 601-0190 for those dadgum Kabursky brothers. That felt so wrong, but I liked it.
Dang gum, Kabursky brothers. I say Saint. I interchange St. Patrick's Day and St. Patty's Day between formal and informal moments, as I think that one should.
That's right. I agree. I can get down with the St. Patty's, but I also just feel like that's not me. I'm more of like a happy St. Patrick's.
Yeah, as the Irish person of this group, I am definitely a St. Patrick's person. I don't know. St. Patty's seems too campy for a guy like me.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
For a Murphy. What's your middle name, Cade?
It is Francis.
I love it.
That is
Just
also
like
my
your
dad's
father.
middle name. Yes.
Yes.
Frank, Cade, Frank, Murph.
I got called Frank a lot in middle school. Actually, it was
Oh,
kind of a weird
cute.
little weird period of time. Yeah.
Oh, it's just a little Frank
Like,
running around.
Oh, there's Frank.
My middle name's
Oh.
Lawrence, so it's Frank, Larry, and what's your middle name, Mackenzie? It's something weird.
It's Octiva. It sure is. However,
Tiva.
so my maiden name was Mackenzie O. Schmidt. And in college, I like leaned into that during
I get it.
and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, Schmidt. And people really thought I was this Irish German combo, which I think technically I probably am. If you look back on the old lineage.
The old ancestry.
But yeah, it's St. Patty's Day. It sucks it's on a Monday. I live pretty close to Sully's
Oh,
Irish
yeah.
pub over here. Usually they have a huge tent on St. Patrick's Day. Not today because it's Monday and people it's not out. I think there's something going on downtown Des Moines. I don't think
Yeah.
I'll make it there today. But a fairly nice day for St. Patrick's Day, a true American holiday.
A true American holiday. Who even was St. Patrick? I'm sure Scott has this all locked down on Scott's school. Do you, Scott?
Well, I mean, Murph, tune in to Murph and Andy if you want real Scott school. But yeah, St. Patrick, he is the patron saint of Ireland. He was a Roman Briton and eventually got taken against his will to Ireland and spent some time there. Then was able to escape, go back to Ireland or go back to Britain, go to France, become a priest. Eventually came back to Ireland, brought Christianity against those heathen pagans, and evidently also didn't just bring Christianity to Ireland, but also made all the snakes on the island go away, which of course isn't actually true because there were never snakes on the island, but who cares when it comes to mythology?
That's the thing. Like, if you can bring a solution to an issue that doesn't exist, you're still bringing an issue, and then you'll be known for that thousands of years later. Like, I'm the snake man, St. Patrick.
And that's
I can
Scott
get rid of your
school.
snakes. And that's Scott school.
Now,
Scott
there are
school.
no snakes and never have been snakes on Ireland. So if anybody tells you that St. Patrick is a true miracle worker because of that, you'll see all the statues of St. Patrick. You'll be able to recognize him because he's usually stepping on a serpent. You'll see that at his feet, along with holding special things. And, he's got his whole saint get up on, which I'm sure he wore all the time in real life. And he's just killing all the snakes that never existed.
You know what, Scott? This is his day, and I don't think we should rain on his parade. I don't think we should slander his name. If he's known for getting rid of the snakes, let's just let.
He's not
people
even
believe.
Irish, though.
I know. I know.
I
he's
mean,
not Irish.
but who cares? It's an American holiday celebrating a British saint of Ireland.
Do you know
Let's
why?
just drink some Guinness and be happy.
Do you know why we celebrate St. Patrick's Day on March 17th?
I'm guessing that's either when St. Patrick died or was born.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
nailed
guess.
it. Legend has it that's when Patrick died. Yeah.
Legend
right.
has it also known as that didn't happen.
Yeah, legend has it. This guy could really F up a snake.
Sure could. Scared them all away. What's going on here?
Well, a man lost at sea for 95 days survived on, what do you think? Fish and birds, obviously. A Peruvian fisherman was rescued after 95 days lost at sea eating roaches, birds, and sea turtles to survive. And a fishing patrol found him adrift nearly 700 miles off the coast of Peru, severely dehydrated and in critical condition. So, yeah, he was gone for 95 days. He took off in December for this 2-week fishing expedition, which, in my opinion, a 2-week fishing expedition by yourself is much too long anyway. And a storm came up, knocked him off course. And then he was, 700 miles off course. And he was found by a fishing patrol. How would you survive, Scott? 95 days out on a boat.
I think I just drink the salt water, which would then make me hallucinate, and then I would eventually just jump in the ocean and swim to my death, thinking that I was swimming to safety. Because I just don't. I wouldn't. It'd be very hard for me to think how big the ocean is and how unlikely it is that I would be found. So I'd just be out. Instead of what this guy evidently had to do, which was catch a sea turtle, kill it, and then eat it raw. Like a sea turtle, you have to pull that thing. When those things are
Right.
You got to grab that sucker. You got to bring that thing inside. You got to flip it on its back. Then you're going to have to slit its throat, kill this giant, beautiful turtle.
And they are
and then
so
you got to still eat
beautiful.
it.
That's my thing. What if you don't like fish? What if you, what if you're allergic to fish? And how do you catch a bird? Yeah, okay.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. When I first read stories like this, and I know this is horrible, my first instinct is to say this guy is fake.
Well, definitely you should absolutely. There is a hoax possibility here. We should say allegedly he ate a sea
He doesn't
turtle.
look that thin. He doesn't look that
Well, he
malnourished.
sounds like he ate plenty of sea turtle. If he was on a fishing trip, he probably had plenty of ability to catch plenty of food, and so that's not too bad. Mostly it's the sun, but I'd have to see his rig. Did he have shade? He must have had shade because his lips look way better than Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant, and not nearly as chapped as I would imagine. But getting blown off course, this is a tale as old as time. You just can't trust Mother Nature, my friends. Don't go on a fishing trip for
Can't
2
trust
weeks
a
all by
woman,
yourself.
Am I right? You cannot trust a woman.
You know, you guys change your mind the way you change your hair color. Hey,
Yeah, that's right. Change your wind direction, you son of a
well,
bitch.
I hope this guy lives
Yeah.
on to have a happy life.
I don't
and this
know.
is. Do we wish this is true, or do we wish it wasn't true?
I hope it's true. He was doing it, for how dehydrated he was just bawling. He was just crying. And he was crying for his mom, which is fine. But it's just like, if you have a wife at home, and I know he does, and he
yeah.
has a 2-month-old granddaughter, and he's crying for his mom. It's like, maybe this 95 days at sea taught you to quit being so much of a mama's boy.
Yeah, maybe don't go on a. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to rip this guy anymore until I find out what exactly happened to him. So stay tuned on Overthinking as we follow this man's career.
Speaking of rescues, SpaceX capsule arrives to finally relieve stranded crew on the International Space Station. So a SpaceX capsule delivered 4 new astronauts up there, and they are going to now bring these 2 home. So NASA's Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams will be able to return home after 9 bleeping months of being stuck in space. This mission was supposed to last, a week? A week. So they're finally getting to come home. I can't. I'm not frozen. I am just sick with disgust that we left these people up in space.
Well,
The
what were we
fit.
supposed to do?
I would throw once my feet landed on the ground. I mean, I'm going on a mission, and I'm taking everybody out who left me up there for 9 effing months. I want to say the F word so bad, but
Yeah. Well, we get one a show,
I
so
know.
just keep that in mind.
I know.
I think it's incredible we live in a time where this could happen and it not be a big deal. Like nobody was ever really scared that these people were going to die or lose their life. Say if we go back to the Apollo 13 mission, like that was very much on the razor's edge of they're not going to make it home. We've kind of gotten a little spoiled here. I never was worried these people were going to die. And if I know anything about space nerds, because I wish I was one, if I would have picked this career, they kind of liked being up there,
Okay.
you know? And now
Do
they
you
get a
think-
little more attention. They're probably going to get to go on like a special, Oprah's going to come out of retirement and do an interview with them. They're going to get books out of this. I mean, like, not only are they probably going to get more money and become more famous because of this, they just got to spend way more time in space. This seems like a win-win.
Do you think they hooked up? 9 months.
No.
No.
I don't think
Yes.
we've had anybody have sex in space yet. I don't think we have.
What do you mean? Why would you? What do you mean?
I feel like I would know this factoid. I don't think human beings have had intercourse in space yet.
That is.
There's no way to
what?
know that though. There's
What-
no way
Yeah.
to like prove
Well,
that.
okay, first off, it would have had to be gay sex through the entire Apollo mission. I don't think Buzz Aldrin gave it to Neil Armstrong. You know what I'm
Maybe
saying?
Neil Armstrong gave it to Buzz Aldrin.
I don't know. Neil was a pretty small guy. All those pilots are. All those astronauts are. Little Brokeback Mountain and the Eagle has landed.
You know.
But no, International Space Station would be the only place in which, if we're talking about male procreative apparatus and the female receiving area, if they interacted, that would have to be there. I feel like we would know that. There's no place to hide on the International Space Station.
Who says
There's
they have
cameras
to hide?
everywhere.
That. I'm sure there's some places to hide.
No way.
This
That
isn't
you-
like
in the restroom, like what?
There's no
someone wa-
restroom. You pee it. You put it. It's like a catheter. You just get sucked up because in space, if your pee gets out, it just is in big globs.
Right, but they're not doing that in front of a camera.
Yeah, everything. There's no place to hide on the International
Okay,
Space
I think
Station.
we need
It's
a little
so
more
small.
privacy in space. We need a little more privacy in space. And if these two wanted to, I mean, 9 months is a long time. And I'm not saying if they have partners or wives or husbands, they shouldn't have done that. But if they were single, people in their midlife.
I just wonder how
Go
blood
ahead.
flow goes. Like you'd have to. It's zero gravity. Everything's kind of just going. So like,
Oh yeah.
not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm on the record. I don't think that human beings have had sex in space yet.
They had
Yet.
to have. They've
will.
had to have. They have had to have. They've had to have. Why would you not?
You think Jim Lovell is just taking it on his way back as they're slingshotting around the moon?
No.
He was doing the old reach around.
No, I'm not
No.
saying when they're slingshotting around the moon, but I'm saying if you're up there for 9 months, there's nothing to do, and you're single, ready to mingle. Why would you not? When
I
you're
don't even
not,
think they masturbate up there. I don't think so. People would see that. And last thing you'd want is that floating around the cabin.
But you know what? More power to them.
The
9
noises are so
months.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, it would-
Scott,
The
you're
sound
grossing
effects
me
are awful.
out. I'm just saying there's nothing stopping them. And even if they needed to relieve themselves like that, there's nothing wrong with that. Unless
I'm
you're
not saying there's
Catholic.
anything wrong
We're
with
all
it.
human.
They don't go up there
You
in
know.
a relationship. They all have their other relationships. The only reason they would have sex up there is if it was for a scientific experiment, which sounds like a really sexy way to go at it. No,
Well,
I feel like it would be too clinical. And we would certainly know about this because we would have sex in an attempt to probably conceive the first child in outer space because we need to see how a woman's womb reacts to growing a child in no gravity.
I don't think we're there yet. I think we just need to get the
Sorry,
basics
Mike. Mike's
figured
just
out.
checking in
I
now
know,
for the
I
first
know.
time.
Mike,
Our bad.
it's like, but do you kind of like it, Mike? You know what I'm trying to say? So anyway, I don't know. I think you have to get the first steps figured out. And the first steps are just seeing if you could do it. That's just all I'm saying.
But we know how it works. Like, there's no mystery about
But
how
in space,
it
we
would
don't know
work.
how it works. In space, we don't know how it works. You
They'd
just
be
said you don't know how
standing.
that gravity works.
No, you'd be floating, okay? You'd be floating.
Yeah.
And you would have to try and like leverage yourself. And then you know
what it'd be like? It'd be like one of those
space docking.
the golf ball game where it's the golf ball and the snow globe, and the golf ball you have to get it onto the tee in the snow globe because you have to be very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that. I bet it's exactly like trying to get the golf ball on the tee game. I bet it's just like that.
Kate, I think this is where you're supposed to push us along.
I know, I'm sorry, but someone just commented Beavers, Rockets, and Reach Arounds. Oh my. It's like a perfect name for this episode.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's move on. It is now time for Cade's Random Rundown, and this is brought to you by the Iowa Corn Growers Association. So the Iowa Corn Growers Association is close to my heart. I just love them over there, and they need more members. As an Iowa Corn Growers Association member, you get to help shape policies that impact your farm, your neighbor's farm, from the local level all the way to Washington, D.C. They fight for priorities set by farmers, including higher ethanol demand, Scott, your favorite, expanded trade opportunities, and key tax credits. So you can be a part of this movement, shaping the future of Iowa agriculture, by signing up at iowacorn.org/join. Cade, what do you have for us?
All right, guys. So first question. I feel like news stories, scandals used to be like a really big deal. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of the things that would be considered scandals back in the day no one would give half a shit about today. I can give you a few examples. I was curious if you guys have any that come to mind. I don't think anyone would give a shit if the president slept with someone else. I think the Monica Lewinsky thing would not be as big of a deal today.
What about if it was in space?
Well, if it was in space, that's a different story.
History.
Obviously. So I was curious if there are any. So what's a news story that was like a gigantic deal then, but like today would not be a huge deal at all? I think that the Lewinsky thing is a good example.
I think the answer is almost every scandal. I look at like the Gary Hart situation, who was going to be president, and he was having an affair, and it sunk his presidential bid, and that was a huge story. To your point, Kate, it would be nothing now. But I even think in the moment, I'm getting old enough now to recognize these things in the moment, and the one that is blaring to me that we're going to look back in 10 years and be like, wow, we wasted so much time. It's this fake rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Oh. We're going to look back at this and be like, what were we doing? Why did we all take the bait? Why did we decide we're going to talk about this every day? Why did we say we were going to try and put these two on the same pedestal and just go at each other as if there's some war between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark?
Right.
That
it's not
is
like someone
nonsense.
hired a goon to go take out her knees before the Olympics or something. Old Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding style.
Forgot about that. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I hope they don't.
What?
What?
That's my Nancy Kerrigan quote.
And isn't that so sad that we're making fun of her? I mean, she was just minding her own business.
Oh, yeah. Hey, she ended up still getting the silver, I think, after she got kneecapped.
Remember when the little Carrie Strug, when she landed that off the palm,
the perfect 10.
Yes, with a broken ankle. Oh my gosh, I remember watching that with my mom. I think my mom cried watching that too. But yeah, sorry. I don't know.
No, that's okay.
Almost everything. Oh, to answer your question, almost everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was just off the top of my head after we were talking about the last subject. So that just came to me. But I have your actual two questions now. So Kenzo, this one's for you. I have 5 celebrity child names.
Oh.
Okay.
3 of them are real, 2 of them are fake.
Okay.
You're going to figure out which is which. I will tell you who the child's famous parent is after you guess them all. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. The first one is Moxie Crime Fighter.
Okay. Oh,
I think
do
I know
okay,
this. I know
okay.
this one.
I'm sure this is real, unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh shoot, I forgot.
Scott, do you want to guess too? You're allowed to guess too.
I know who the father of this person
okay.
is.
Okay. Well, yes, you are correct. That is a real person. That is Penn Jillette's son. So there you go.
Yeah.
Moxie Crime Fighter.
I love Penn Jillette.
I don't even know who Penn Jillette is.
Penn and Teller. He's the one who talks with the pony hair, tall.
Oh, gross.
He's on The Apprentice a lot.
You don't. Penn Jillette and Penn and Teller are some of the two of the most successful magicians of illusionists of all time, and you're not respecting them.
And I love magic. No, I don't respect them. No, I don't. I don't know. No, not if they gave their kid a name Moxie Crime Fighter. Dumb, idiotic.
Sunflower May.
Ooh. Sunflower May.
Fake. It's almost too plain.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go fake.
It is fake. That is correct. Okay. All right. Astronova.
Asturd?
No, Astra.
Astra Nova.
Yeah.
I bet that's real. It's probably some rapper or something.
Nova. Somebody who loves a car. Tim Allen.
No, that's a fake name.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
All right. Okay. Got two more for you guys. Sage Moonblood.
So there's three more that are real? So
No, I have
Sage-
just two more names for you guys to guess. I'm sorry.
Stage Moonblood?
No, Sage. Like
Sage.
Sage Moonblood. Yeah.
Sage Moonblood. I'm going to say that is Gary Oldman's kid.
You don't have to guess whose kid it is. You're supposed to guess if it's real or fake.
Yeah, it's real. It's real.
Okay, Scott.
Yeah, I'm going to go real. It's Gary Oldman's kid.
That's not Gary Oldman's kid. It is real. That's Sylvester Stallone's kid.
Oh.
What the hell? Like what?
I-
Why?
I got one more for you guys.
Okay.
This is spelled with a K instead of a C. Pilot Inspector.
Sure, why the hell? What the hell? Why
Pilot
not? Yeah.
Inspector?
Yes.
It's Elon Musk.
Pilot
guess, but no.
Inspector.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Amelia Earhart's kid.
Does she have kids?
No,
He's
she died
just
a long
he's
time
just
ago.
being
Oh, I know.
he's
Did she
just
have
being
kids
difficult
before she-
right now.
Did she have kids before she?
She lived in Des Moines, by the way, where the Little Caesars is now on 42nd Street. Sorry.
Did not know that. That's
Scott's
actually
cool.
interesting.
Scott's cool.
No, that is a real name. That is Jason Lee's kid.
Jason Lee. I would not
Yes.
expect him to do something like this. He seems
know.
like a cool guy.
I know. Sorry to
Yeah. I
rain on
know.
your parade.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
one last question. This one's for Scott. Kenzo, if you have an answer, by all means, it's a history question. Scott, what was the biggest waste of money in human history?
The biggest in all of human history.
Well, it doesn't have to be.
Ooh, yeah.
Just give
this
me a
is,
good example.
I'm just
you know?
I'm trying to think of a couple. I can think of like the Titanic would probably have been a waste of money. The Romans built some stupid things. I think though, if I look across all of human history, the one thing that was the biggest waste of money in human history is the Deshaun Watson quarterback contract. It's like $230 million guaranteed. I mean, it's so dumb. I don't know why they paid him that. In all of human history, Deshaun Watson's
Is he the one that said
issue.
"hold my dick"? Was that guy?
No, I don't know. No, I don't.
I
think
hope so.
Massage
What?
my dick is what he did say.
Hold my
a lot,
dick?
allegedly.
I gotta look that up. Deshaun Watson, hold my dick?
I don't know if it's
Is that
him.
Jameis Winston? No, he was crab legs.
I don't know
Hold-
if it was him.
Who is this?
Just said who said hold my bleep.
I have no idea. I got no results when I looked that up, though.
Maybe I made it up.
Hold my dick. I wish you did it. That's amazing. That's so funny.
Jeff
Oh
will
my
know.
God.
Oh no, it was Marshawn Lynch. Who'd you say?
Oh.
Yeah, he said
That
home
sounds. That's. Oh my God.
So sorry.
That's so funny.
Well,
I'm sorry.
you know,
Poor Mike S. Man. Poor guy.
Oh, so
Scott, that's
funny.
hilarious that you say that because that's actually like a good answer, which is crazy.
it's so recent, but really, how dumb the Browns were to actually give that contract to a guy. It wasn't like we didn't know about the massages at this point when they gave him the contract.
There's also like $500 million. That's insane.
And I think he was even injured at the time. So crazy, crazy waste of money. And this is in a history of a world that has wasted a lot of money. Leave it up to the Browns. Oh, Wild Rose.
Oh my goodness. Wild Rose Jefferson announces their summertime entertainment lineup as part of their 10th anniversary. So happy anniversary to them. So this includes Standing Hampton, which will play Saturday, July 5th, Willie Farrell, Saturday, July 12th, a murder mystery dinner. Have you ever done a murder mystery dinner? Scott, yes, I know the answer.
Not only
Definitely.
have I been
Yeah.
in them, I have written them. I have written 2 full mystery dinner theaters.
I love that. I want you to write one for
One of
for
them
me,
was
for
based
us.
off of Greek and Roman mythology.
Oh my gosh.
So
You're
everybody
so smart.
played different
You're
characters.
too smart for me. You're actually way too smart for me.
No,
Anyway,
that is not true.
Yes, it is. That's Saturday, July 19th. And Steam Powered Giraffe makes their Iowa debut on Saturday, the 26th. And Wild Rose Clinton also has some fun shows lined up. 10 of Soul, a genuine tribute to soul, funk, and everything in between on Friday. That's coming up on March 28th. The Pork Tornadoes, they're back for an outdoor show on May
Played at your
24th.
wedding.
They sure did. They made it a really great, good time. And country duo Lakeview on Wednesday, June 4th. So yeah, that's to celebrate their 10-year anniversary.
Woohoo!
Congrats to them. So get out there and check it out. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these overthinking in the wilds. I've been overthinking my real age versus how old I am in my head. I
Oh.
love this. Scott, how old
Every
are you
day.
in your head?
25.
Yeah.
I'm 42 in real life, but I look at it's only now happening to me where I turn on the NBA and I'm like, those men look pretty young.
Yeah.
My whole life, they always looked older than me,
Uh-huh.
and then they looked the same as me. And then somewhere in the last 2 years, they all started looking younger than me.
Yeah, no, that sucks.
My
That's
whole life, I was older than at least one player in the NFL my entire life until Tom Brady retired a year and a half ago. I'm struggling with this. This is a hard one for me.
No, I think.
And I know
age
we
is
talk
just
about it too, because
we do. Age is just a number.
middle 20s women, say like the Sabrina Carpenters, the Tate McRae's of the world, they all look really attractive. And at some point, me finding them attractive, we haven't reached that point yet, we've decided.
No.
At some point, it's going to be weird.
Oh, we'll
that
get
Tate
to
McRae.
age gaps later.
Woo.
So I think you're doing just fine. But yeah, I agree. I'm 20. I'm 25 in my head. And I'm living life and I'm having a good time and I'm not going to let my actual age bring me down. I'm not going to do it.
You damn straight.
Yeah. So thank you, Leah R, for that submission. Jared G, I've been overthinking why we sleep in 8-hour chunks. And he actually wrote out a lot longer kind of explanation here. Okay, why we sleep in 8-hour chunks? Who decided that was the right amount of sleep? In history, people used to sleep for 2 hours, etc. So
You can thank Henry Ford for that, man.
Kate is right. There is a certain schedule that worked a lot better once we went through the industrial age, and needing to have those, what would become, thanks to Upton Sinclair, some 8-hour shifts. It took us a while to get there. We had that. But generally speaking, the human body needs anywhere from 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. Some people can get away with less. Some people need more. But in general, 8 to 10 hours is really good. Just turns out in a modern world, it's very difficult to actually get that.
yeah, there ain't no way.
But if you can,
no
if you're overthinking this, if you can figure out a way in your life to squeeze in 8 hours of sleep, you should absolutely prioritize it. I just know that a lot of folks, you got kids, you got families, you got jobs, you got stuff to do. But there's nothing that'll make you healthier than sleeping.
That's true. Sleep and water, baby.
Tom Brady bringing it back up, Roger Federer, those guys at the peak of their career, they're sleeping 14, 16 hours a day. And that's just half the amount of time that Chris Hassel sleeps every day. So
I've been overthinking how rigged March Madness is. This is by Isaac S. Is it rigged?
I don't.
Can it
March
even be
Madness
rigged?
is not rigged, but it is not a way to determine who is the best basketball team in the world for college. It's not. That's not what it's designed to. It's designed to maximize entertainment, maximize the thrill of the Cinderella. But no, it's not rigged. It is just sometimes a really exciting yet unsatisfactory way to crown a champion.
As
That's
always.
too deep into sports, I
No,
suppose.
as always, you put that very well. I don't have an opinion on that. All I know is if you ever want to have a baby, have that baby during March Madness. It's just a delightful time. You're just going to sit there, feed your baby, give your baby naps while basketball is on in the background. It's a good time. So take it from me. I don't think it's rigged.
Did you schedule your 3 cesarean sections in March each time?
No.
Because that would take actually 9 months of looking ahead by you and
No. The first
J. Curve
one,
Jeff.
with J. Curve Jeff and I were just going to have that baby, the old-fashioned way, but Hayes had other plans, so he made things interesting. And then the other 2, we got November and July.
After you have one cesarean, is it just like that? We already got the hole there. Let's just slide them out the same place. Is that
Gross.
why? Does it go? I mean, because to go through the birth canal, but it's like I already have a hole sliced in me.
I did, but they said for the same reasons that Hayes had a hard time, the next baby probably would too. So we just thought it would be safer for the babies to get them out that way. And it was nice. It was nice. It's something I'll never forget. Speaking of, Forget Me Not Design is one of Central Iowa's best kept gems. They offer interior design services for your home and office window treatments, custom planter design, and they're just a fun place to shop for home accents and great gifts. I can't wait to get up there to Ankeny and to browse their store because I have not done that yet, but I'm going to. And window treatments are a big springtime purchase. The sun is shining again, thank God, pulling us all out of our winter doom. And we want to look outside, but we also want to have a nice looking window treatment. Yeah, I still do. So shop Forget Me Not for the best Hunter Douglas, including PowerView automation, AI-assisted blinds that can be programmed or learn your preferences. Nice. You'll have another opportunity to attend a special event at Forget Me Not 2. Mark your calendars for their spring open house, April 3rd through the 5th. They are
April
located
3rd through the 5th.
Yes, do not forget. It's their open house. They are at 260 Northwest 36 in Ankeny. ForgetMeNotDesign.store. Designs simply not forgotten. Amazing. We love it. Okay. So we were talking earlier about how, yes, Scott, you might find those young ladies attractive, but you certainly aren't going to go out of your way to date one like Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson. She is 23 and he's 50 something.
No,
and they
he's
are
72 or something.
Or 7. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's in his 70s. There's a 50-year age gap. That's what I meant to say. And they are currently on spring break in Florida together. And there have been all these paparazzi pictures of them doing this like team partnered yoga on the beach. Do we have those pictures, Cade? And it's absolutely just... I've never felt secondhand embarrassment as much as I do when I look at this picture. This, like, me and my kids do this move, okay? This is called the airplane, and this is what we do before bedtime. Like, and this is a man and his 23-year-old girlfriend. I fucking can't. Excuse my language.
Hey, that was a good use for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think that he's like worried about bringing her to like work with like on campus? Because like
he has now requested that at UNC all emails that are sent to him have her CC'd on them.
Probably
I'm
because
not making that up.
no, you're
Are you
not.
serious?
You're exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
old
he's-
people need a youngin to help them figure out their technology. That's exactly what he's doing. I just cannot. You're right. I read that
That's
this
awful.
morning.
Okay, Mackenzie, you're the closest one to being able to do this. Okay, where you could have been had a sugar daddy.
A hot young thing. Okay.
Okay, so let's
Hot young thing.
let's take you back. Mackenzie's 25. We'll just go back to where you think you are now. Okay, so you're a signal. You never met Jeff. The whole world's in front of you. The greatest football coach in the history of the world approaches you at the bar. He happens to be in his 70s, multi-millionaire.
Okay, that was my question. Is Kenzie aware that he's loaded?
Yep, and
Okay.
you also are very aware that he lacks all charm
Yeah,
and does not clean up very well. Are
Blech.
you deciding to date Bill Belichick?
Do I have to? Am I just his girlfriend?
Yep.
Do I,
You
do
gotta-
I have,
you gotta
do I
bang
have
it
to do? Okay, no, no.
That's where you draw the line. You would take all of his money and you'd be on his arm, but you wouldn't
Of course.
do the old
Just like
slingshot
you-
around the moon.
The old space race.
Yeah, we're not going to space together. Is all I
No
have to
space
say.
docking?
I'm not going to. No, gross. Stop. Absolutely not. Can you imagine? That is disgusting.
Yeah, don't look that one up on
man.
Urban Dictionary.
That's seriously. I cannot. No, I can't imagine.
You can't imagine it, and this is because that you hate old people.
No, I love old people. I respect old people. That's why I'm not gonna, do anything like that. Didn't he help her with homework on a plane for their meet cute? These two?
I mean,
I don't get it.
I
Wouldn't surprise me.
hope they're happy. I don't
No, I
think
hope
I could
they're
do
not.
this, but you know
Does
what?
Bill Belichick have grown children? I would assume.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing, Kenzo. All of his kids are on his coaching staff. So they're just watching their dad, like,
This woman is younger
Go-
than
yeah.
Of course,
Yes.
she's
Yeah.
23. I absolutely. When I do that, that is disgusting. Imagine. That's the age of her grandparents.
Yep.
yeah.
And they're just bumping uglies all week long.
Disgusting. But yeah, they're having a better spring break, I guess, than I am since I'm sitting here.
Congratulations,
Iowa.
Bill.
No, go get a life, Bill.
What is that her?
We are so
Kim
doomed.
Kardashian is under
Oh.
fire for intimate pose with the Tesla robot in viral photos. I'm going to tell you right now, I would much rather date a robot than Bill Belichick. I would
fair.
absolutely do that. Yeah, and so Kim is facing huge backlash online for posing in a sultry manner with a Tesla robot and a Cybertruck. Fans slammed her for the photo shoot, with many accusing her of misreading the room amid the Elon Musk-owned company's recent controversies. And the backlash comes after Kim Kardashian hinted that she'll marry a fourth time after admitting she's secretly dating her robot. So, what do you think?
This is going to
about this?
happen. People are going to want to marry robots sooner than we think. This is going to open up a world of ethical questions, because what rights does this robot have? Do we have any regulations when it comes to the identity of the robot? What is the robot designed for? It's like there are some pretty sick people out there who would like a very specific type of robot. Are we okay with them doing bad things to the robot that we wouldn't want them to have to do to human beings? This is a real question we have to figure out and answer to probably within the next 10 years. What do you think, Mackenzie? What's the rule
I'm
here?
trying to think. Well, robots don't have a soul.
Nope.
I think you can do whatever you want to your robot if that's what you want to do to your robot. I certainly don't want to do anything to a robot. I don't think that's moving humankind forward. More of a lateral backwards move. Maybe in technology it's forward, but I don't. You really think that we're going to get to that point?
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you already, look at just the designs of blow-up dolls. You don't think that we're going to end up having sex dolls that are specifically designed to do nothing but pleasure you? And this is going to go from unfun. I'm not trying to be funny right here, but this legitimately is going to happen. Robots are going to get designed to be smaller and shorter. And are we okay with that happening and people pretending that these are not adults. This is a real problem that we are going to have to figure out the answer to.
And okay. Yeah.
I am worried about it because I don't know. Maybe there's the good side to it. Derek Stratton at Hoodoo, he's very optimistic that robots and humans are going to coexist in a way that's going to make our lives better. But I certainly have that dark side that I'm very, very scared of and feel like I'm pulled towards that's going to happen. Just the other day or yesterday, I went up to Siri on Rachel's phone and was like, hey, Siri. She didn't answer me. I had to go to my phone and say, hey, Siri, set an alarm for 21 minutes. Then she did. And then immediately, like 5 minutes later, I looked down at my phone. I got a message from our robot vacuum that said, hey, Scott, I'm not charging properly. Could you come help me out? I got that message on my phone. My brain goes, it's already here, folks. We're here with the robots.
Of course we are here with the robots. Yeah. Of course we are. I don't understand why you're confused about that. You use ChatGPT
because I'm already
75 times a day.
talking to them. I'm already talking to them. Like it's already here. We can't stop it. We're screwed, I think.
Okay. But now, if that situation that you were discussing happens, who is actually in the wrong? Is it the manufacturer of the child-sized robot? Yeah, absolutely. So that's where we'd stop the problem, right?
But is it a therapeutic device that we could actually use to help people who have these mental problems? That's like no one's being harmed.
What could a child-sized robot do to help someone with mental problems?
Well, if they are a pedophile and you have them have the robot instead of the actual horrendousness, these are the questions that are going to get posed, Mackenzie. Because are you going to tell people that you can't design? Because I'm telling you, the Chinese robot designers, they don't care about our rules.
Exactly. I know. That's where I was going to go next. So who... Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the right way to go. It's you're going to see more and more sexy robots.
Well, pedophiles don't deserve anything other than to be sent to an island and then that island set on fire.
Well, that's what we have jail for. They go there and they get their ass kicked every day.
Jail is too good for people like that.
You guys said thank you to ChatGPT after you...
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I'm actually always very kind. And if they
I am too.
if they don't get something quite right, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Actually, my bad. I told you the wrong thing. Could we do it this way?
You just gotta make sure you're, dotting all the I's and crossing the T's in case, in case these robots get angry one day, my hope is that they look at me and we're like, that guy used manners. I'll kill him last.
It's the same reason you were nice to the emo kid at school.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, you just don't.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I think robots could be good for that because there's a lot of, trying to be polite here. There's a lot of dudes out there that just don't have
a lot of incels.
social capabilities of going out and meeting a woman, and they're not a bad person or weird in any way. But if that brings them a sort of happiness that stops them from, shooting a movie theater up or something, I'm all for that. That's all.
But they're going to end up never leaving the house. It's just going to become more and more isolated because this robot is going to be able to understand you to such a degree that it's going to be able to deliver whatever you want, whenever you want it, say the right things whenever you want them to be said. It is going to be a mind-messing situation. But we're going to find out.
We figured out the internet. We'll be fine.
We did. You're exactly right. Okay, I have to have some good. We have to end on a good news.
Yes, we do. Please get off of this.
Okay. So did you know that the world's smartest man believes the higher your IQ, the greater you need gossip? Did you know that? Young Hoon Kim, 35 from Korea, he has the world's highest recorded IQ, a staggering 276. Scott, that's just like a couple points above yours, I think. And when he's not putting his mind to neuroscience, finance, and biomedical engineering, he can be found scrolling the latest celebrity news and listening to K-pop. And he says he loves the mindless celebrity news because it helps with his anxiety.
I would have to say, as I have unplugged from the news, it has very much helped to not be inundated every single day with news. Honestly, if I pop in once a week, it's incredible how much it seems nothing has changed, but I just missed a whole week of ups and downs that we're just on a treadmill, actually. You're just spinning in a circle. He's
Yeah.
totally right. My anxiety has gotten much better since I've unplugged from the hour by hour news dump.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a wrap on this episode of Overthinking with Mackenzie and Scott. If you had fun, got lost in thought, or just enjoy a good overthink now and then, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to like, comment, and ring that bell so you never miss a moment of our deep dives. Guys, thank you so much for being
Yeah,
here.
thanks, everybody. I hope all your favorite bands stay together.
Yeah. And,
And
think
we'll be
about
back, next
what's
week?
going on in space. You know?
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope somebody